So recording has begun. All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Mark Bergquist. This is welcome to the Los Angeles Mission College candidate event for May 3rd for these 2022 chapter executive elections. I'm the committee chair for the elections committee for this election cycle. I'd like to introduce our elections committee. Bertha, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bertha Lopez, and I'm from Westerlake College.
I'd like to also introduce our elections committee member, Vazrik. Vazrik, go ahead.
Hi, Michael. My name is Vazrik. I'm working at district office now. Another member for election committee.
Thank you very much. And again, my name is Mark Bergquist. I work at Valley College in student services and financial aid. We have our candidate for chapter chair with us, Michael Griggs. Michael, please say hello to our audience.
Hello, my fellow Mission College union members. Thanks for joining the webinar.
All right, thank you, Michael. All right, so this is an event that's happening live and will be recorded for later viewing by the chapter members at Los Angeles Mission College of the 1521A. Welcome, everyone. We'll be going through a series of questions where each candidate, the moment we have Michael with us, has the same allotted time for their answers. Vazrik will be our timekeeper for today. Once we reach the end of the 3-minute time period, he'll raise a card, and also we'll be making an audible announcement when we hit 30 seconds and I think 10 seconds. So our candidates for today, for chapter chair is Michael Griggs. We will introduce the other candidates if they appear. I understand one person cannot make it at this time. The other listed candidates for chapter delegate, which will appear on the ballot, are Nicole Flores and Patricia Carter. At this time, there is no one running for grievance representative. The chapter members at Los Angeles Mission College of the 1521A could submit someone as a write-in candidate. Now let's turn over to Bertha to read the chapter executive job description. And then Bertha will also deliver the questions. Thank you, Bertha.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, job description of chapter chair duties. You may also find the duties in the Constitution on the Guild website. The chapter chair is elected to represent their worksite members at executive board meetings and at the worksite. Duties include, but are not limited to, the following: reporting on district-wide and worksite meetings to the membership, to the executive board of the LAMC chapter and the Guild executive board of the 1521A. Scheduling regular consultations with the worksite president to discuss current concerns and issues and represents and/or appoints members to sit on worksite share governance, hiring, and selection committees, and requests and reviews written reports from attendees on those committees. Working to resolve member complaints, referring grievances or possible grievances to the worksite grievance rep, consulting with the worksite grievance rep, grievance secretary, worksite president, or executive director on contract inquiries to ensure the contract is being interpreted accurately. The chapter chair also serves as a backup of the workplace grievance rep if the representative is absent or if there is no grievance rep. Additional duties of the chapter chair are listed in the Constitution. Okay, so our first round of questions is for LAMC chapter chair candidate, Michael Griggs. Are you ready, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is your vision for a strong union and how will you build a stronger AFT 1521A chapter?
Thank you. Well, I think my vision is just to create a greater sense of collaboration and let them know that we are all in this together, and just create a sense of collaboration. And the bigger picture is that I succeed when each each one of my fellow union members succeeds. So I would strive to uphold that mindset every day if I'm elected. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next question. What do you tell our members who are concerned about current rates of inflation and receiving the COLA increase?
I I would tell them that that their concerns are valid and they that I hear their concerns and I feel their concerns and I will do what I can to go to bat to go to go to bat for my members so that you know you know so that management hears hears their concerns but not just words that those that the words uttered by members actually carry weight and have meaning. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. How do you plan to fulfill your role if you are elected chapter chair?
Oh, as I said earlier, it would go back to my 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 heart of service to throughout my time at Mission College. I have found myself in various leadership positions, but those leadership positions have, have all three of them have one thing in common, and that is collaboration. So I I could never be the employee that I am without with without 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 my fellow members. So even though I'm the chapter chair, I would conduct myself in a way that so I always know that I'm not just speaking for me. I am speaking for all of my union members. So I would try to always remember that the bigger picture is having all my members feel that their needs and that their voices are being heard. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Since our chapter delegates are not present, I will skip over to the questions that we're gonna ask for everyone. So we have a couple more, okay?
Okay.
Um, what prompted you to become an active member in the union?
Um, what 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 prompted me is ever since I ever since I roll I rolled onto the mission campus, I've been struck by how welcoming this campus is, and you know, and the, some of the first people I met were my fellow classified employees. So I want to give that same feeling back to you know everybody that comes to campus, and with the current state of our union having you know having these ne- negotiations, I just felt like I need I need to lend my talents, whatever they may be, to try and make sure that you know all the voices that represent our union are combined into a collective heartbeat. And I've always been the type of person that is not very good at sit, sitting on the sidelines. So I just decided to, to get in to get in the game because I I see the gift that I've been given, being able to be a part of this wonderful union, and I just want to repay the the blessing that I was given. Thank you.
Thank thank you. Our guild has recently gone through a contentious time. What are your goals for the local in the next few years?
My my goal for the next few years is simply being a simply being an ally of the other of the other colleges to where our union is simply that, a union. We're not just a union that is made up of no, of nine, nine colleges and the district. We're a union to where whenever whenever something happens at one one of my sister colleges, I would I will be the first one there to lend my voice and fight for what they need, and hopefully, um, they 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 would do the same thing if the roles were reversed. So I just want to help to show the district that as a union, that the best thing about the our union is that we all we all have different flavors, so to speak, but we all want the same thing. So I would strive to instill force unity, but uni, unity, but, but forceful unity, because I believe that what we anything worth anything worth having is worth fighting for and upholding. And if I get this position of being chapter chapter chair, I will strive every day to uphold the honor of the position.
Okay, thank you. Okay, last question. What are your views on how the district has been handling their vaccine policy and other mandates?
I I feel that we all all of us are in a different different time where this is uncharted waters for all of us, and sometimes in uncharted waters you would do things that would cause cause the boat to to sink. So what I'm noticing is that by by their by their mandates and the views that they are taking, that they are, instead of steadying the boat, they're they're kind of making their most valuable members or their most valuable allies jump 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 ship. So I want to do whatever I can to help, help them remember that we are valued members of the district team, and at the same time help our members realize that e- even in these uncharted waters, we just gotta stay the course and fight for what we believe in. Because I believe too, this too will pass, and it will be very easy for us to be contentious with the district and their mandates. But I think we need to, meet them at the table with, you know, intellectual veracity, and but still remember that we need to stay the course and stand united, because that's the only way any successful in an entity can ever become successful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to our LAMC chapter chair candidate, Michael Griggs. Do you have any closing remarks?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I would just like to say thank you to the elections committee and for my and to my fellow running mates who could not be here this afternoon, and to all my uh, fellow union members. If I'm elected to become your chapter chair, believe me, I will spend the 3 years being someone that you can be proud of, and someone that will repay every day the blessing that I have been given by having the opportunity to work alongside of you the- these past 4 years. Thank, thank you all for joining the webinar, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm now going to turn it over to Mark for any concluding remarks.
Thank you, Bertha. And thank you, Michael Griggs, candidate for chapter chair at Los Angeles Mission College for the 1521A. Unfortunately, our other candidates couldn't make it. The other candidates we noted are for e-board delegate for Los Angeles Mission College, Patricia Carter and Nicole Flores. Again, there was no candidate on the ballot for LA Mission who qualified, but a write-in candidate will appear, or the space for write-in candidate can be voted for on your ballot when those go out. This concludes our forum for the Los Angeles Mission College chapter of the 1521A College Staff Guild for these executive elections. Members, please be alert for the upcoming AFT National Delegate Forums, which will also be held this month. Because the AFT National Delegates will be elected from across our chapters, those recorded statements will be posted on the same day for your viewing once recorded on the Guild YouTube website. The AFT delegates will be representing all of us at the 1521A at the National AFT Convention held in Boston, Massachusetts this year. An announcement will be made by email and on the Guild website once the AFT delegate statements membership have been recorded for your viewing. Ballots for this election cycle will be mailed on Tuesday, May 10th by AAA, the American Arbitration Association, which has handled our elections in the past and again for this election cycle. All your ballots must be received by 9 a.m. May 31st, 2022 in order to be counted later the same day. They must be received in the post office box that's listed. The election committee encourages our fellow Guild members to mail your ballots promptly so they may be counted. I want to thank the election committee members, Bertha and Vazrik, our candidates, our candidate Michael, who was here with us today, and Patricia and Nicole, who were not able to be with us today, and you, our fellow guild members, for your time and attention. On behalf of the May 22 Election Committee, we wish you a delightful afternoon. Remember, you are the union. Thank you.